Chapter 22. James. Dad said on the way over that he booked the shop for a few hours, so no one will bug us. That is nice. I love our fans, but they can be a bit much at times. Walking in, a guy walks over. Hi, my name is Jake. Hi, I'm Michael. I talked to you on the phone? Yes, sir. 4 tattoos today? Jake asks. I'm debating, but these 3 boys already know what they want. Dad says, pointing to us. I set my case down, pulling out my guitar. I want this right here, I say, pointing to my forearm. I want this, Derek says, pulling out a picture of his drum set. Okay, where at, son? Jake asks. Same as James, he says, pointing to his forearm. And you, sir? Jake asks Marcus. He leans down to my guitar where the band logo is. I want the logo, same place. Just the logo? I don't play an instrument like these boys do, Marcus says. He is security for the band, I tell Jake. Okay, so just an idea, but what if I do a security guard in the background with the logo on top of it? Jake asks as Marcus smiles. That sounds great. I let Marcus go first since he already has a few tattoos. Me nor Derek has ever had one before. After about an hour, Marcus is done, and his tat looks great. Sitting down to get mine done, I'm a little nervous, but don't want to show it. Looking over, I see Dad is looking at the tattoos on the wall, so I lean in to Jake. I want to get Roxy put on the neck of the guitar. He looks over to Dad, then back at me, so I add, It's my tattoo, right? Yeah, man, it is. Okay, this is what I want. You got it, Jake says, then goes to work. This really doesn't hurt like I thought it would. To be honest, it is relaxing. After mine is done, Dad walks over to look at it. He notices the name and looks at me. You really did that? Yup, I say, standing. As Derek sits down, Jake asks him, So, this is what you want? Looking at the picture. Yes, sir. Just the band name? Jake asks, looking to me. Derek looks at me. I love her, but no, I'm not doing that, he says. Hey, it's your tat. Man, do what you want. Marcus laughs, then walks to look at the artwork around the shop. Derek looks like he is in deep thought, so I turn to Dad. I don't think she will mind, Dad, I say, as his face goes from sad to confused. Huh? You want to get a tat for Mom, I say, going off a guess. He doesn't say anything, so I do. If you don't want to get her name because of Crystal, get a book. We both know Mom loved to read, and so does Crystal, so it could have a double meaning maybe. Dad smiles, I guess warming to the idea. I have the perfect book, Dad says, pulling out his phone. I just laugh, already knowing the book he means because it is both their favorite book that they read to their sons. Behind me, I hear Derek. Can you do like a ghosted tat? I turn to look at him. Yes, I can, Jake says, stopping to look at Derek. Can you ghost a rose behind the drum set? I can't hold the laugh as Derek turns to me. What? It isn't her name. Pretty damn close, man. I laugh, leaving Jake confused. Liz or Elizabeth Rose? Dad says, with a laugh as Jake joins in. Yes, I can do that for you. That will look so cool, Jake says, going back to work. When Derek is done, Jake was right. That does look so cool. So, man, what about you? Jake asked Dad. Yeah, my son talked me into it. So I want to get an angel holding the book called Fallen, Dad says, showing Jake a picture of the book. That is great. Mom will love that, Derek says, looking at his own tattoo. As we get back to the bus, I notice the girls are still out. So I ask Derek, want to play the game? Sure, he laughs. So we get the laptops and take over the couch. After a few hours, I hear the girls outside, but I am in the middle of a war that I am winning, so I stay in the game. Beside me, Derek starts to choke on his drink as he pats my chest. What, man? Fuck! As my eyes follow his hand, I notice Roxanne standing by the table in a blue dress. It is strapless, and the right side of the dress goes to her knees, but the left side of it goes all the way down at an angle from the right side. Her hair is pulled up in a half up, half down that has waves in it. Still not able to close my mouth, I stand and walk to my girl. Damn, baby, is all I manage to say as I check her out.
So when the teenage boys get their minds to work again, we were thinking of taking James out to eat tonight.
I hear Crystal laugh as I lick my lips. Then I hear Jacob. A restaurant, James, not my daughter. You sleep at some point, I say, never taking my eyes off Roxanne. Dad starts to laugh. You open that door, man. I didn't think that through. Jacob laughs. As we walk off the bus, Derek and Liz is in front of me, and Roxanne. I notice Liz has the same dress as my girl, but Liz's dress is red. In the car, Roxy grabs my arm to look at my tat.
I love this, baby,
she says, as she traces her name. Liz is leaning forward to look at Derek's tat from the front seat.
Is that for me?
She asks, talking about the rose. Yes.
Wait, really?
She says, surprised. So it's not a name like James, he says, I guess wishing he would have done her name now.
No, I love it just how it is,
she says, kissing him, making me smile. He really does love her so much, even though they just met not that long ago. Today is Roxanne's 15th birthday. We are going to a theme park today. We do have a show tonight at like 10 or 11, so a full day of fun. Only this amazing girl laying on me could get me to get up at 5 in the morning. This is too damn early, but Brittany said we have to get up early since we are a few hours drive from the park. Looking down at Roxy, I move her hair out of her face. Baby, it is time to wake up.
No,
Roxy says, wrapping her arms around me. Want me to carry you? I ask. She doesn't say anything. She only nods, making me laugh. Okay, but you have to let me get up to carry you, I tell her. As she goes to move, she grinds her hips against me. If you do that, baby, we won't make it out of this bed, I say, looking at her. She looks me up and down once, then she makes eye contact with me. I can see so much lust in her eyes. Crossing my arms behind my head, I whisper, all yours, knowing what she wants. With a smile, she turns, putting her knees on either side of my shoulders. As she starts to blow me, I bury my face in her sex to quiet my moans. As we are both coming down from our release, I hear, I'm not checking on them, coming from Dad, making me laugh. Why am I the only one that has to get them too? Derek says. Because, for one, you seem to be the only one James won't hit. And for two, Marcus pauses, then adds, nope, that shit hurts, man. Roxanne laughs as she whispers,
did you really have to hit him?
I didn't mean to, I say, because I really didn't mean to hit Marcus that day. I was working out at the gym in the hotel. Roxanne and Liz was playing around. I lost focus on what I was doing and missed the bag I was punching. Marcus was holding the bag, so I got him not meaning to. I felt so bad for that. Marcus didn't seem to be mad. He was laughing about it later that day. I open the curtain at the same time as Derek, so I stick my tongue out. Baby, he says. What, you don't like to suck a boob from time to time? I tease. Yes, I do, he answers, flipping me off. As I stand, Roxy holds her arms up, so I pick her up. She wraps her arms around my neck and her legs around my waist as I walk to the coffee pot, setting her on the counter to make our coffee, handing one cup to her, standing between her legs.
Brittany, we have two 15-year-old teenagers and two 16-year-old teenagers, but watching them here at the theme park, you would think they are 9 or 10. It's so cute. They are having so much fun on the rides and with the games. I notice Marcus keeps taking pictures and videos of the four of them, so I walk over to him. What are you doing? I ask.
Getting pictures and videos for the fan page?
He says, I have looked at it a few times since they told me about it. That is a great thing you did for them, I tell him as I hug him.
Thanks.
He says, going back to what he was doing, we go from one ride to the next all day. We are having so much fun. By the time it gets dark, we are all so tired, but the kids still have a concert here in the park tonight. I'm glad they don't do anything tomorrow because they will be too tired. Even Marcus seems worn out by the time they have to go to the concert.
Roxanne, the last few months has been great with Liz. I just wish I could say the same for Patrick. When James called to get Liz a contract set up for the band, Patrick said he wants this guy Blake in the band. James has been fighting him ever since because we don't know this Blake guy at all. We met him once, but he gave me the creeps, and I wasn't the only one. Dad and Michael are saying we should give the guy a chance. It's just that we don't want to. With Derek and Liz both, it was a connection that drew us to them and how they fit in with us, plus talent. Yes, Blake has talent, but nothing else. In the end, though, Patrick has the final say over who gets in the band. That alone is making us hate this whole thing. It's not about the fame for us or the money. It's about the music for us. Patrick said the only way he will sign Liz is if we let Blake in the band, too. That alone has all three of us so mad. Liz wants to leave now and go back to England because of this. So that has just been icing on the cake with the drama. I don't want her to go. Tonight is the first night we have to let Blake play on stage with us. Sitting in the dressing room, no one is talking because we don't want to go out tonight. Blake is off with Patrick, thank God. Looking around the room, this night is going to suck.
Okay, family, this is the song lineup for tonight.
James says, so we turn to him. These are the hardest songs in the lineup. Liz laughs.
My band can keep up.
He smiles, knowing all four of us have played this stuff a million times.
Patrick probably gave him a list of the songs.
Derek says, lowering his head.
Maybe, but not the newest. No one has that but us.
James adds with a smile.
Tonight would be a great night to see what the fans think.
Derek laughs. Boys, we are going to get in trouble, Liz says, incredibly sad, knowing, just like me, they are setting Blake up to fail on stage tonight in front of thousands of fans.
Baby, that is only half the fun,
Derek says, kissing her.
I don't give a damn what Patrick says. This is my band, our band, us four. He has no right to force someone into our family.
James says, pulling us all in for a hug.
No, I don't, damn it! We hear in the hall. The boys run to the door to see Marcus yelling at Patrick. He is part of the band, too. That site is mine, Patrick. You have no say over it at all. I made the fan page you hold no rights to. That will change. No, it won't. I don't work for you. Yes, you do. No, I fucking don't. I work for Roxanne and James. That is the name on my checks.
Okay, I didn't know that, but it's not like I ever know who or how people get paid. Hell, I don't even know how we get paid. I just know we have a band card and a personal card that we can use, and we have never been given a limit on either.
You get paid off the band account. I own the band. Hey!
James yells, making both guys look at him.
First off, no, Marcus doesn't get paid off the band account. He gets checks that he does with as he wants. Second, that isn't the band account. That is an account that is in my mother and father's name. The card says Faith Allen.
Patrick says, still with fire in his eyes.
Dumbass, that is our middle names. That has nothing to do with the damn band.
James lies. That is why he asked Mom to do that on the cards. As far as whose name is on the account is, again, not something I ask about.
They use it too.
Patrick says, pointing at Derek and Liz.
My account? My family.
James says, getting very mad as everyone else shows up.
What is going on?
Michael asks.
Your son has an attitude.
Patrick says, making Michael laugh.
That is nothing new. Fuck off.
James says, with a small smile.
All the band money goes to that account.
Patrick says, I don't miss how he changed, how he was talking after the others showed up.
Make sure his cut is taken out first then. Michael, whose name is on the account the band funds go to?
Patrick asks, but gets let down when Michael answers,
That was mine and Lisa's account. After Lisa passed, the account went to James. So after he started performing, I had the name changed. See?
Patrick says with a smile.
If you wouldn't have cut me off, Patrick.
Michael says, getting a little annoyed at how Patrick has been treating his son.
I had the account changed to James and Roxanne. Brittany manages it for them. So on the cards for the account, I also got the names changed to their middle names. They just happened to use that for the band name too.
Michael finishes with a smile.
Why would you put Roxanne's middle name first on the cards instead of your son?
Patrick says, I guess still trying to find another way to say he controls that account.
Have you never met these two? James has put Roxanne first from day one.
Mom pipes up, getting mad too.
This is bullshit. Y'all know that, right? Y'all took in 3 people without a second. Now, you hold on there, Patrick. You may have say over the band that you have managed to get to hate you extremely fast. But you have no say over who the hell I date, or how close I get to her, or how fucking fast.
Michael says, pissed that Patrick brought Crystal into this.
Fine. Y'all brought 2 people in that y'all didn't know without a second thought, but I asked to bring someone in, and y'all act like little kids about it.
We are fucking kids, you dumbass!
James yells, losing his cool.
Yes, we brought them in. Our fucking choice.
He adds, pointing between me and him, then the 3 of us, then the 4 of us.
Come on, son. Let's just get to the stage and see how the night goes.
Dad says, walking around Michael to put his arm around James.
Dad, I don't want to.
James says to his dad, neither do I add, to my parents.
I'm with my brother.
Derek adds to his mom, I'm with my best friend. Liz says, hugging me and sticking her tongue out at Derek, making us laugh.
Oh, so that is how it is?
Derek teases. Yep, she's all mine. Liz adds, knowing that will get James in it. He spins around so fast, he almost falls.
What?
He says, walking to me.
I don't share.
He says, pulling my arm, but Liz holds on. Me either, she teases. I can't stop laughing.
Then you can sleep with her.
Derek says, pouting. Fine, I will. We do have our own bunk. Liz says, and both boys go to La La Land, making the adults laugh. I turn to my mom. What? I whisper to her.
Boys will be boys.
She laughs out. I feel so lost when I hear,
Faith Allen to the stage.
As the boys walk up first, I hear Derek tell James.
That would be so hot. Hell yeah.
James answers. I turn to Liz, making her laugh, as she whispers, they took that as having sex with, not sleeping next to. As we walk on stage, I turn beet red, making the boys laugh, until Blake walks on stage. He stands behind me until James pulls me to the mic in front of Derek.
How are the fans tonight?
James starts. What, is he going to give Blake an intro?
So, we have a new song we want to play for y'all tonight.
Nope, he isn't. Making me smile a little as Blake walks to James, covering the mic.
What?
He says, pissed.
Oh, right. Patrick bitched so much. I almost forgot. Here.
He says, pulling out a paper with a song on it.
You are an ass.
Blake says.
Never said I wasn't.
James says, with a smile, as he takes the mic back. As the first song comes to an end, I feel like I'm being watched. Like, I know our parents are on the side and tons of fans, but this feeling is different, and I don't like it. I turn to look at Liz to see she has moved back and to the right, so she is closer to Derek. I notice Derek looks uneasy too. Then I hear,
"Keep your fucking eyes to the front!"
Turning to see James yelling at Blake. Blake turns, and I guess just noticed Liz has moved.
"I will beat the hell out of you and not give a damn what happens,"
Derek yells. Turning back to the mic, I notice the fans in the front row can hear all this going on. Derek waves James over, so I step back too.
Tomorrow, we move her to the other side with Roxanne.
Derek says.
I was planning on it.
James says, as he goes back to the mic to start the second song. I get that bad feeling again. I hate this. I want to walk off the stage. James comes over, putting his arms around me, singing into my mic. We start to sway with the song. James takes my guitar, putting it on the stand so he can dance with me, making the crowd go wild. For the rest of the show, we don't play the guitars. James either dances with me or just holds me. Since we aren't playing our guitars, every mess up Blake has on Flying High is noticed. Also on our new song, Around the World with You. Hell, even I can't play the guitar on that song. Yet, it sounds amazing how James has it, but damn hard to do. After the show, as we are about to walk off the stage, I hear a fan in the front.
"Can we have a picture?"
I smile and look at James, who gives me a huge smile, walking to the mic.
If you would like a picture of or with my band, come around to the bus after the show. We will get to as many people as we can. You will have to stand behind the gate for safety, but like I said, we will get to as many fans as we can.
He says, grabbing my hand to walk off the stage. Patrick goes to say something, but James flips him off, walking past him. As we get to the dressing room, Blake is right behind us with Patrick. James opens the door, but notices the other two, so he says,
Let's go to my father's bus. James, don't be a jerk.
Patrick says,
You claim the room, fine, but that bus, you don't. My girl doesn't feel safe around him, so I won't ask her to be around him any more than she has to. And the next time he eyes my girl, I will bust him in the damn face. I'm with my brother.
Derek says, following us.
"He isn't your brother!"
Blake yells.
Damn it, man, they already don't want you in the damn band.
Patrick says, as James spins around.
You dumbass. Yes, he is. His mother is dating my father.
James is trying so hard not to yell because we notice fans down the hall.
James, can I have a picture?
I hear a fan say, then notice Liz trying not to be seen, but wave her over.
I always have time for fans. Come on. Hey, how about a tour of my father's bus?
James says, making the girl lose her mind.
Hey, can I video it for the fan page?
Marcus asks the fan.
Sure.
She says, over the moon. As we start to walk off, Patrick speaks up.
What about Blake?
The girl gives a look of being uncomfortable before whispering,
I just want Faith Allen.
What?
Patrick asks, being very rude to our fan, which sets me off. She said, you are being an ass to a Faith Allen fan. James looks at me, but doesn't say anything.
Blake is a part of the band, too.
He is your family.
She whispers, wow, this girl is shy. I wonder how many shows she has been to just trying to get the nerve to talk to us.
You have to speak up.
Blake says, as she backs up into Derek, looking scared as James stands in front of her. She said, Blake is your... Wait, what? I yell, spinning to her.
Blake is Patrick's family. He is like a cousin or something?
Fans will find stuff fast.
Marcus says, as I see red. bus now, and he isn't allowed on, I yell, pointing to Blake.
How the hell did y'all's parents raise y'all to be so damn rude?
Patrick says.
To start, call my kid rude again, and I will hit you. And another thing, we raised them to defend themselves.
Mom says, walking to us.
Come on, kids, let's go to the bus. Oh, hey, sweetie, who are you?
Mom asks, putting an arm around the fan.
Maddie.
She whispers.
We are giving her a tour of the bus for the fan site.
Marcus says, enormously proud.
Great.
Mom says, walking with us to the bus. After we get to the bus, we let Maddie walk on with Marcus to start the tour thing. James stops Mom.
If Blake is staying on the bus, I want a hotel for my band. Take it out of my money if you have to.
James, this bus is owned by Michael and Jacob. That one too.
Pointing to the other bus.
I will talk to the guys once they are off stage, but first I need to talk to the guys about tonight.
Mom says with a smile.
Sorry.
James says, lowering his head.
Don't, baby. What you did was great.
With a smile, James takes my hand. I know he will never say it, but he really does look up to my mom and respects her a great deal.
James, come have a seat for a picture.
Marcus says, once we are on the bus. James sits next to Maddie, putting me on his lap like Derek and Liz are. After the picture, Marcus says,
So, James, let's start the tour?
James looks confused. He has no clue what the hell to do, neither do I. I know he only said that to get away from Patrick.
Okay, so this is the front where Bill the driver sits. He was the first driver for Matthew Richardson on the other bus and then started driving this bus when they got it. He really should get more credit.
James adds, with a smile.
We are in the main room, as you can see. Very boring.
We all laugh as James walks to the kitchen.
This is the kitchen. There isn't much room, but we get used to it somehow. This is the bathroom.
James says, as he touches the door, but doesn't open it.
Follow me back behind this door. This is where we sleep. This is mine and Roxy's bunk. Then you have Derek and Liz's bunk. Up here, this is Michael and Crystal's bunk. This is Jacob and Brittany's bunk. And then Chris is here. Oh, I passed Quinn's bunk. That Derek has his arm on. This is Ryder's bunk. Then
he pulls the curtain back.
You have the girls' bunk.
James says, laughing.
That is all the bunks. So behind this door, we have the room.
Who sleeps in here?
Maddie asks, looking at Marcus.
No, I either sleep on the couch or I have a bunk on the other bus.
Marcus laughs. We all take turns in the room, I tell her. Walking back to the front, we sit down.
What do y'all do for fun?
Maddie asks, making us laugh, and Marcus points the camera. We have a game on our laptops we like to play, or watch TV. Sometimes the guys will play a game on there, but for the most part, we work on our music. I tell her, since the boys are still laughing, and Liz too.
So I know you two are dating.
Maddie asks, pointing to me and James.
But what about you two?
She asks, looking at Derek and Liz. Derek turns to Liz with a smile. Yes, she says, putting her arms around him.
Y'all are like a family.
Maddie says with a smile. We spent an hour taking pictures and signing stuff for fans last night. It was crazy. Marcus got so many pictures and videos last night. It is going to take him forever to get all the stuff put on the site. But it was so nice. I have seen girls go crazy over James our whole life. But that is the first I have really had guys go crazy over me. Derek really didn't like the guys going crazy over Liz. I thought it was so cute. James wouldn't leave my side no matter what last night. I loved that. We have a 2-day drive to the next concert, so the guys are up front playing some games on the TV. Marcus is riding with us too, so he can work on all the fan site stuff. He took over the room since the guys are up front. Not sure what Mom or Crystal are doing, but me and Liz are on the girls' bunk, playing on the computer.
Liz!
I hear Derek. He is just as bad as James, I tell her, as we both laugh. I'm busy, she says.
Doing?
He asks, pulling the curtain back. Making out with my best friend. She laughs. You know they think we do, right? I joke. Don't care, do you? She asks me. Nope. I laugh, not really caring what they think we do.
So, do we ever get to watch?
I hear James. Leaning over Liz, I see him right behind Derek. Just because I am so bored and want to see what he will do, I kiss Liz on the cheek, making both boys' jaws fall open. Happy? Liz laughs. They look like little kids shaking their heads no. What do y'all want? I laugh.
We are bored, so we came to see what you two were up to.
James says. The same. I pout. Bored out of my mind. Let's go bug Marcus, Liz says, getting up. So we do. Opening the door to the room, Marcus looks up at us.
Hey, what are y'all doing? Bored.
Derek says, bouncing on the bed.
Do y'all want the room?
Marcus asks. You are busy, I tell him.
If all 4 of you are in here, then that means there are 2 empty bunks out there I can move to.
He says, getting up. We weren't trying to kick you out, Liz says, a little sad.
Nope, you aren't. But there is 1 of me and 4 of y'all. The bunks aren't big enough for all 4 of y'all to hang out. And the guys have the front, so I don't mind. Really, I'm tired and would like to just lay down. So there is no need for me to hog the bed just to sleep.
He says, leaving, but opens the door back up.
Whose bunk can I sleep in that y'all haven't had sex in?
He says with a laugh, but we don't answer.
The girls' bunk?
Derek laughs.
I'm not waking up with flowers and dresses around me, so I will take a clean set of sheets.
Marcus laughs, getting a clean set, then walking out.
Guess we aren't the only ones that has done that?
Derek laughs.
No, but at least you don't have your parents on either side of you.
James laughs. He has a point, Liz says, sitting on Derek's lap. Pulling out the computer, James puts on music and turns it up. I just look at him. He only does that when we have fun. Looking over, I see Derek is running his hands all over Liz.
If you say no, we will stop.
James whispers in my ear, not sure what to do or what is going on, but I hear Liz. I don't know. Turning to see, she is looking at me. I think I understand what they are asking, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to ask just in case I am wrong. Just as I'm about to say something, there is a knock at the door, making the boys drop their heads. As I open the door, I see Mom standing there, so James turns the music down. Looking around to the 4 of us, Mom starts to laugh.
Your mother really should not have told you a few things.
I turn to James, wondering what she is talking about.
What? It's not like she said details or anything.
James says, laughing.
Anyhow, what do y'all want to eat?
Mom asks, then adds,
Don't say the girls, damn it.
Pointing at Derek and James. I look at Liz. Hell, I'm not even hungry right now. I'm not really hungry. I had chips on the bunk.
Okay, we will just find something on the bus then. If y'all get hungry, just ask. We can see about making y'all something or stopping somewhere.
Mom says.
Where is Marcus?
She adds, looking around the room. We all point at the door as Derek says,
He went to sleep on one of the bunks.
Mom just nods and locks the door before shutting it, making me laugh so hard. I turn to James as he turns the music back up. Sitting on his lap, I whisper, What did your mom tell you? James laughs, kissing my neck, then whispers,
Want me to tell you or show you?
I pull back, confused.
Look, I don't have details, so I'm not totally sure myself, baby. She only told me some stuff, but never details, thank God.
He says, as Derek looks at me. Liz gets off his lap, moving to me. She kisses my neck like James does, then whispers, Remember my joke about us sleeping together and what I said on how they took it? She says, pulling back. Wait, our moms? I say, looking at James.
Once, yes. I don't know how far they went or anything, just that they were teenagers and your dad dared them to kiss.
James says, with a smile, putting his hands behind his head as he lays back. You are the youngest here, Roxanne, so if you say no, we stop, and never bring this up again. Liz says, looking at me. Not sure what I want to do, I lean into Liz, hugging her. I kiss her neck like she did me and whisper, I'm scared. Do you want to stop? She whispers back. I don't answer, I just shake my head. Hell, I don't know. I have done more than y'all have, not all by choice, but I have never done this either, so I'm scared too. The look on his face makes me want to not say no, she whispers. I look at James, and fuck, that look is hot as hell. The lust and the curiosity, the same look, she whispers, looking back from Derek. I nod. If this is the look Derek has, I understand what she means. Okay, but I don't know what to do, I tell her. Me neither. She laughs. As we both look at the boys.
No clue. Have fun.
James says, with a smile.
Kiss.
Derek says, pointing between us.
You put some thought into this.
James asks Derek.
No more than you.
He says, sticking his tongue out. Just how much thought have you put into this? I asked James.
What you do with me, but with her, but also not wanting to share you, but maybe being okay with it if it's with Liz, but not sure.
He says, extremely fast.
Yup, so the same thought.
Derek laughs. Still a little scared, but know that I trust Liz. I kiss her cheek again, making both of us laugh. We look at each other for a few minutes before our lips meet. I'm not going to lie, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Damn.
I hear both boys, wrapping my arms around Liz as she does the same. Laying on the bed between the boys, still making out, I feel James put his hands on me, sending a chill through my body. James starts to kiss the back of my neck as he parts my legs, rubbing on my sex. Me and Liz both let out a moan at the same time. I guess Derek is doing the same as James at this point. As I feel my amazing boyfriend slip his finger inside of me, I turn to kiss him as he says,
Mine.
Making me laugh into our kiss. He sets up, pulling my shorts off, then pushing his arms under me to hold me close as he slides his hard length into me. My mind goes blank to the amazing feeling of him. Turning my head to the side so James can kiss my neck, I open my eyes for a moment to see Liz awfully close to me, so I move closer to her as James touches Derek's arm, kissing her again as James works the rest of my body. Damn, I didn't think sex could get any better, but this is great. After an amazing time, we are all so tired, we just lay on the bed and fall asleep.